years, and honestly, the Dreammaker event is one of my absolute favourite events. You are going to end today with so much knowledge to be able to build a successful travel business. And I know you've had some incredible sessions already. I hope you've got lots of notes. Please do get those pens and papers ready, because I am going to take you through how to pay, book and register correctly. Now, I know that you all want to earn from those fabulous bookings that you're going to be making. So please get your pens and papers ready. I'm going to take myself off camera and I will share my slideshow. So hopefully you will still be able to hear me and you can see my screen. So there are 3 ways to make a booking. Number 1, you have got your back office booking engine. Number 2, you have got your preferred partners. And number 3, you can book with outside suppliers, but you do need to follow the correct process and ensure that these suppliers do offer commissionable rates for you to be able to book. Now, in your preferred partner section in your back office, you've got over 80 preferred partners. We can book absolutely everything as IntelliTravel agents. There is something out there, you know, for everybody, whether it's a cruise, a river cruise, ocean cruise activity, city break, hotel, car hire, it's there for you. Now, IntelliTravel is a merchant of record for 69 of our preferred partners. It makes things super easy for you. Merchant of record is the company responsible for taking the payment on behalf of the supplier. So if you ever hear or see the letters MOR, that means that that supplier and IntelliTravel are merchant of record for that supplier. So you will put the payment through IntelliTravel. The client's payment is made into IntelliTravel's account, and then IntelliTravel pays the supplier via statement, and that's either weekly, bi-monthly, monthly. We've got thousands of bookings being made in the last week. So you really do need to follow the correct process for the client, for yourself, and for IntelliTravel as well. So the quote process, when you are sending a quote, it is mandatory during the quote process that you send to your client and they agree and acknowledge the following. Please take note of this. The supplier terms and conditions. Now, in your back office under preferred partners, you do have a quick reference guide, a chart which will take you through the suppliers, and you also have the partner tile. Under the partner tile, there is a link to their terms and conditions. So just copy and paste it into your quotes. You also need to send the IntelliTravel terms of business and the IntelliTravel privacy policy. Now, these are found at the bottom of your dashboard in your back office. Please make sure when you are quoting and when you are sending confirmations and things, that all documentation is sent via email. You mustn't send anything via Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, anything social media wise. It all must be sent via email. Now, you've got 3 steps to book and register with a preferred partner when IntelliTravel RMOR. So there's those 3 letters, merchant of record. 1, you must generate a payment link, a pre-booking payment link in your back office. You will then confirm the booking with the partner, and then you will register and link the booking to the payment. This is the most important part, because you need to register that booking in your back office so that it's linked to your account as well for you to then receive that commission. So how do you create a pre-booking payment link in your back office? You go to your dashboard, you click on book travel, and you scroll down to where it says pre-booking payment link, and you just click that. It's so simple. They could not have made this easier for us. It's that bright red big box that says number 1, create link. Now you can see on the top left, it literally tells you those follow 3 simple steps. Create link, book with the supplier, connect the pre-booking link. So what you need to do is you need to just take a step back, follow the procedure, follow the correct process, and make sure that you are just doing every single step. So to create that pre-booking payment link, you're going to click on the big red button that says create link. You will then be taken to this screen, the pre-booking payment link. And all you're going to do is you're going to input the details of the booking. So whatever type of booking it is it a cruise, is it a package, is it an activity? who the supplier is, put in the travel start date and end date, and then you put the client's details in. Now, this is the client's full name. This is the client's email address. This is their mobile number. And then when it says payment amount, you need to put in there the correct payment that the client needs to make to book this travel. So it might be that they are only paying a deposit. If they're paying a deposit, you just put the deposit amount in there. If they need to pay the full amount because it's close to departure, you put the full amount in there, because this prepayment link is then going to be sent to the client. It will say pre-booking payment link has been sent to the customer email. They will then know exactly how much that they need to pay. So if you make a mistake, mistakes do happen. Please don't just ignore it and walk away. Please don't make another payment link. What you need to do is if you make a mistake on how much you need to pay or any of the client or the travel details, just go back to book travel and you've got two options. You can either select register booking screen, or you can select my trips. Now you can see the yellow arrow is pointing to that little edit button there against the booking that you've just inputted. If you click on that edit button there, it will then take you back to this screen, the pre-booking payment link screen. And then you will just be able to amend any details that you need to amend, and then just click update pre-booking payment link. So when the client receives that payment link email, this is what it's going to look like. And all they need to do is just check that the details are correct, that it's with the supplier, it's the check-in date, the amount they're going to pay, and then they will create that payment via a secure payment link. You must never take any payment from clients directly. They must never transfer you any money. They must never pay via PayPal. They must never give you cash. You are taking a payment from the client via a secure payment link. Okay, so they will make payment for that amount on there. They'll be able to see how much they need to pay because you've input that amount when you created the payment link. It's really self-explanatory for them. So they're going to input their information, they're going to pay on their card the amount that they're going to pay, and then they will get the payment screen. They will have to tick to say that they've read and agreed to the payment terms and schedule. They'll have to tick to acknowledge that they've read the terms and conditions of the booking, and then they will click pay now. So this is why you must send the terms and conditions with the quote so that the client has had time to read those. Always point them out to the client. Please take a moment to read the supplier booking conditions and let me know that you agree. Okay, so they'll click pay now. They will then receive a payment receipt. And every single time they make a payment towards that booking, they will receive a payment receipt, and you will also receive a payment receipt. So you're going to know when that client has made payment. Now, my biggest tip is to do this on the phone with your client, because what you don't want is to have quoted the holiday in the morning and sent the client said, yep, go ahead, I want to book. Send that prepayment link, they make payment, and then you go off to your day job, or you go pick the children up from school, or you get on the phone to your mum and have a coffee and a chat for an hour. You need to make this a seamless process. So I would always get on the phone to the client, make sure that they make the payment whilst you're on the phone, and then you can go ahead and make the booking whilst they're on the phone too. Now, the prepayment booking link is only used to take that initial payment. So if it's a deposit amount that they are paying, they will use this payment link and they will pay that deposit amount. Obviously, if it's the full balance that's due, they will use that payment link to pay the full balance. Once a booking is registered, if they have only paid a deposit to secure that holiday, they will never use the pre-booking payment link to collect the final balance. It'll be a new payment link which you will generate. So I just want you to go and have a think about everything that I've just talked about. So step one, does it make sense? I hope so. I know that it's a lot of information to take in. You might be very, very new to the business. You might have only got started with your business in the last couple of days. You might not have made a booking yet, but with this knowledge, you are going to do it the correct way. Please don't panic. You do have step-by-step in your back office as well how to do this, but I just want you to get your pen and papers and just answer this question. What is the best practice for communicating with your client during the quote process? How are you going to send that communication and documentation to your client? Here's a tip. You're not going to send it via Facebook Messenger. And number 2, just write down the answer to when do you use the pre-booking payment link? When do you use it? And hopefully you've all got the answer that you will use it before you make the booking with the client, with the supplier. So step number 2 when making a booking is to confirm the booking with the partner. So because you have got that prepayment booking link, you've got the money there, you can then confirm with the partner knowing that the client isn't just going to walk away and say, actually, I've changed my mind. They've paid that deposit or they've paid the full amount. Now it's time to confirm the booking with the partner. So always use the partner tile in the back office to access the supplier portal. This will ensure you are not on the consumer side. And again, it's really, really important to point this out because over the last few years, the amount of people that I've spoken to that have not been paid commissions because they made the error of booking it on the consumer site. You must make sure that you are logged in on the agent portal. So for example, Olympic Holidays here in the UK, the consumer site looks exactly like the agent site. And it's really easy to not realise you're on the consumer side if you haven't gone through the back office. So make sure every single partner that you book with, you do it via the back office tile. And complete step 1 and 2 with the client on the phone. Like I said, you can then liaise with them, you can communicate with them, you can then react to any price fluctuations or availability issues, because we all know when booking travel, pricing is live and it's subject to availability and change. Particularly if it involves a flight, prices can fluctuate up and down dependent on availability. So if you've got your client there, you can then liaise with them as to what they want to do if that booking price or availability has changed. So step number 3, this is the important part. Register and link the payment. Not that the rest isn't important. Trisha and Geraldine will tell me off for saying that, but this is the most important part, because this is where you've got to link that payment to your account so that IntelliTravel head office, 1, know who to send the confirmation to, 2, they know that you are the agent responsible for this booking, and 3, you can get paid your commission. So you've got 2 options on that book travel dashboard. Scroll down where it says pre-booking payment link or connect a pre-booking payment link to a registered booking. So again, it's super simple to follow because they give us these big tabs, red or green, and we can see where to click. So you can see that top one where it says Geraldine Nolan we've registered, we've got that pre-booking payment link, we're going to register it, and you know which one you need to register against because it says register on a big green tab. You just click where it says register. You will then input the client details. This is where you are registering the booking. You will put in the details of the trip. Now, if you've already got existing bookings on there, what can occasionally happen is that the existing trip, the last one that you registered, may come up at this point. It's done it for me. It takes 2 minutes to just clear the history. So just clear your laptop, your computer, your history, and then just go back into it, and it'll allow you to input a new trip. Okay, so if it does keep defaulting to the previous booking, clear that history. So you will click on new, and then you can just name the trip whatever you want to name it. You will already have the details in there because you've created that payment link. So it will already tell you what type of booking it is. It will already tell you the supplier that you've booked through. You need to input the confirmation ID, not the quote reference. There might be a quote reference which is different to a confirmation ID. Ensure you put the confirmation ID in there, the booking, or what's on the booking confirmation. And then you need to upload the documents, whether it's the itinerary, whether it's the booking confirmation, whatever document you can upload. And the more documents you can upload, the better as well. Is it a group booking? Yes or no? And then you're just going to carry on through the details, the date booked, the departure date, the return date, how many travellers, and then this is a really important bit to look at. Where it says the gross trip amount, this is where you're going to make sure that it includes the total cost of the holiday, the gross amount, including any commission and VAT if applicable. So it's the total that your client has paid. That needs to be changed. If they've only paid a deposit, that will be changed, but you must put in the gross amount. And then as you go down, it's going to give you all of their information. You're just going to check it over. You're going to input the client details. You can put their name, address, email, contact number in there, and then you've got that customer information stored as well. And you need to just check through everything. So everything that you've just input, make sure that the confirmation ID, make sure the supplier details, the booking details are all correct. And then that big red button that says confirm and register this booking, that's what you click next. Your booking is then registered to you. You will be sent the confirmation documents from IntelliTravel and you will get paid that commission as long as you then go on to collect the balance payment. So how do you collect a full balance payment? Now, when you go back into My Trips, and it's a similar screen to what you had before, which shows you all of the trips that you've booked, there's an icon there under Action, and you can just click on there. It'll come up with trip details, and you click Booked Itinerary. And then it will give you the payment link. Always collect the payment a minimum of 2 weeks in advance of what's on the supplier confirmation documents. Now, I always, on all my bookings, on all my quotes, say to my clients that the full balance will be due 14 weeks before departure. Because that way I know that I can contact my clients 15 weeks before departure, remind them that they've got the payment coming up. I can ensure that they pay at 14 weeks. IntelliTravel can then get the payment to the supplier, and you are not going to have a call from Sue, because nobody wants a call from Sue. Okay, so I will always, no matter which supplier it is, unless obviously it's a supplier that needs it for more than 14 weeks before, but there aren't that many, I will always say 14 weeks just to ensure that I can get that money from the client. So when you click on Booked Itinerary, it will show you the payment link there. And you can just click that payment link and then you can send it to your client via email. Now, when you go into your commission report, so on your back office at the top, it will say My Agency. Under My Agency, if you scroll down, you'll see where it says Commission Reports. Now here, you will find every single booking that you have made. Once that payment, that holiday has been paid in full, it will say under Payments, Paid in Full. If you need to create a payment link and you need to make a payment, whether they want to pay weekly, monthly, or just pay that full balance off at 14 weeks, if you select Make Payment against that booking, it will then take you through to a screen to generate a payment link. And then you'll just copy and paste it to your client. Now, I'm also going to point out here, because we do get asked a lot, is where it says Agent Commission, it will say 0. And it will say 0 until that commission is on that monthly payment run. And we get asked this a lot. Why does it say 0 against my commission? Because it doesn't update until it's on the commission run. So when your booking says 0, please don't panic. It will update when you're due to be paid that commission. So if you want to amend any details on a booking, you go to Booked Itinerary, and then at the bottom, that big red button will say Edit Booking. Click on there, and then it just takes you back to this screen. The booking detail information, general booking information, whatever you need to update. If you need to change the dates that they're going, if you need to change the amount, maybe they add on any extras, any upgrades, you can just go into your back office and do this. Super simple. So, little quiz for step 3. Does this make sense? And I hope that you all are nodding your head right now. So, number 1, how do you link the pre-booking payment? So have a think back to those first screens that I showed you on step 3. How do you link the pre-booking payment? You don't have to write everything down. Just recap in your head that you're going to go to your back office, you're going to go to book travel, you're going to go scroll down, you're going to connect the prepayment link. Are you able to amend the details of a booking registered? Yes or no? You can nod or shake your head in the background. You are able to amend the bookings. And when do you need to collect the full balance payment? I'm just going to remind you of this one. You need to collect it at least 2 weeks before the payment is due to the supplier. It's so important, this step. You must get that final balance payment from the client at least 2 weeks before. Now, you can do what I do and you can just go with a set 14 weeks. It makes it easy for me. It makes it easy for me to remember for my clients. Or you can get it 2 weeks before, but it's so important. Get yourselves a diary. If you haven't already, you need to be tracking everything. So every single time I make a booking, I'll write it down. I'll also make a note in my diary of when the client is going to travel so that I can contact them beforehand. I can arrange anything that they might need at the hotel, upgrades, extras and things. And I will also write in my diary when their balance payment needs to be due and when I need to contact them. And I will contact them 15 weeks before and then at 14 weeks to make the payment. So just keep a track of everything, particularly now when we are so busy booking travel at the moment. You don't want to get confused. So just make a note of it so that you can collect that balance 2 weeks before it's due to the supplier. Now, we mentioned MOR, Merchant of Record, before. We did say that we are MOR, IntelliTravel are MOR for the majority of our suppliers, but just take a screenshot of this. The preferred partners who are MOR. So this means that you pay the supplier directly. So when IntelliTravel are Merchant of Record, you use the prepayment link. The payment goes through IntelliTravel. You don't pay the supplier directly. So when you get to that confirmation, that booking screen, when IntelliTravel is MOR, if it's asking you to make payment, you know you're not onto the trade site. So you can just log back out and you can do it onto the agent portal. Now, if you're booking through a preferred partner who are MOR, you are going to pay these suppliers directly. So for example, London Theatre Direct, Instant Breaks, Virgin Voyages. So you will either make the payment online or they will send your clients a booking link. So we've only got a few, but it does work slightly different if the preferred partners are MOR. But under every single tile in your back office, under preferred partners, scroll down through the information. I know the ladies earlier will have shown you this. You will see at the bottom of the tile whether that supplier is MOR or whether IntelliTravel is MOR. So just make sure before you make any booking, you know exactly how that supplier works and how you're going to make payment for that booking. So for outside supplier bookings, you will still need to use the register booking screen. Now, like we said earlier, you can book through outside suppliers and directly with hotels, as long as you agree via email, so in writing, that commissionable rate in advance. So when you register an outside booking, you need to go to your back office, click book travel, scroll down to register booking screen, and then you can input the details of that outside booking, and please ensure that you raise an invoice for the commission payment as well in your back office. So again, when you register a booking, it's the exact same process. You click new. If it's already an existing booking on there, you will just need to delete your history. You will click new, you will input the name of the trip. You will then select, will it require a pre-booking payment link? If you select yes, you'll be directed through to add the link and registration process. But if you select no, you will just be taken to the screen to input the booking information. Now, the cancellation process, unfortunately, we do occasionally need to cancel people's holidays for various reasons. Don't panic. Don't just ignore it. If somebody wants to cancel the booking, you need to do this immediately, because the longer you leave it, the greater the risk of the cancellation costs increasing. So if a client says to you that they can no longer travel, please follow the process of contacting the supplier immediately to cancel the booking. You can't just leave it there. You also need to get the document, the cancellation document, send it to customer service at IntelliTravel, and request that the booking is cancelled in your back office as well. So cancel it with the supplier. They will email you the cancellation document, and you then need to send this to customer service and they will cancel the booking in your back office. Please, please don't ignore cancellations, because you will be liable for any charges, and that is the last thing that you want. So just a reminder, as a travel agent, it's so important. Know the fact there is no cooling off or grace period. And I think this is really important as well, because actually I think I say this about everything. Everything is important. You don't want to be liable for any mistakes. You don't want to be liable for payments. Once the booking is confirmed, payment is due. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Once the booking is confirmed, payment is due. So you have to follow the process of sending the quote to the client, including the terms and conditions, them agreeing to making the booking and the terms and conditions, getting that payment link generated, getting the payment from the client, and then confirming the booking. Because once the booking is confirmed, the payment is due. Not registering the booking in the back office or not receiving the confirmation documents does not mean that the booking doesn't exist. So if you accidentally click confirm on a booking in the back office, don't just shut your laptop and just get on with the day. You've made that booking. So you will be liable for payment. Okay, remember, our partner portals are live booking systems. Please don't ever test or play on a booking portal. If you're not confident in making a booking with a certain supplier, go back to the back office tile, read all of the instructions, watch the webinar, understand how to use their system, and then make the booking. But never ever test or play on the booking portal, because the last thing you want is to click confirm by accident and then you're liable for that booking. If you do accidentally confirm a booking, please contact the partner immediately, because it will not go away. It's booked on their system. And just because you were not asked to input details, the payment details, it doesn't mean the booking wasn't confirmed. We work off statement accounts with our partners. And of course, IntelliTravel is merchant of record for the majority of our partners. So it's not going to ask you to make payment for those. So if you do click confirm, payment is due because that booking has been made. So please don't ignore it. Please contact the partner immediately. So in summary, please write these down or take a screenshot. Generate a pre-booking payment link. Step 1, you're going to log into your IntelliTravel back office website. Step 2, you're going to go to book travel and click the pre-booking payment link. You are then going to click create pre-booking payment link. And step 4, you are going to complete the booking payment link form. Top tip, under the payment amount, only enter what is owing to date. So remember where it said at the amount, where you input your client details, email address, contact number, you are going to input the amount that you're taking payment from them today, whether it's a deposit, whether it's the full balance. They will then make the payment, and you will complete the registration process. So once payment is made, select prepayment link or register booking. There's 2 options for you to go back into that booking. Step 6, scroll to locate the booking and select the register button under the action column. It really is self-explanatory as you go through it. And if you are unsure, please make sure you have screenshot this so that you can follow it step by step. Step 7, complete the form to finish it registering the booking. And completing all of these steps will ensure the money paid on the pre-booking link will be linked to the confirmed booking reference number. And you do need to ensure that you are getting that payment, you are confirming the booking, you are then linking that payment to the booking under your account, so that the clients have got their holiday booked, you can be responsible for the booking, IntelliTravel know where that booking has been made, and you will get paid your commissions. And for information, please tune into the pre-booking payment webinar, which is found in the IntelliTutorial section. So when you go to your back office at the top, it will say education. You then scroll down to the IntelliTutorial library, and there is a webinar on there which you can watch, which will take you through step by step again how to utilize that pre-booking payment link.